Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and this is once again the same rock I have been on for this Lost Sector, once again K1 Logistics. I have a very easy method to get this done in a very chill way. Actually, the answer for once, unlike the answer usually being Anarchy, which where's my Anarchy? How is this possible? The answer for once is not Anarchy, it is Le Monarque. Le Monarque is a surprisingly effective bow. Um, as in what it does is it's just a normal bow, but when you have a fully drawn shot, you actually create a smoke grenade effect, like a hunter smoke grenade effect, but as a blast radius thing at the target. Now, when the smoke grenade does a burn, it actually does a really high damage over time to both the enemy you stick the arrow to, and it stacks, and to all the ads around it, so you can get this AoE thing. Now, while Le Monarch is not required for those of you that don't have it, I know there's a quest behind it, but for those of you that don't have it, there are some other options, such as the new bow this season, the WOLFTONE Draw. WOLFTONE Draw also has some really good perks, and I would say it's a good alternative, legendary alternative that you can acquire now. And even worst case scenario, you probably have one of these hanging around or something. You can use this in its place. First things first, the tooltip here is actually wrong. K1 Logistics does not, in fact, have it's not in fact have unstoppable champions. It has barrier and overload, which is why I'm using a bow. The burn being void, I don't know if that's right either. And then shields, arc, and solar is the only part of this that is correct. I don't really care about the arc shields. I was running void, and solar. The solar shields, though, with the shanks, you want to have something to deal with those, which is why I was running Archon's Thunder. Archon's Thunder does a really good job of popping the solar shields of the shanks and such that the shanks that you find in there. There's some tracer shanks that are very irritating to kill with primaries if you don't have the shields down already. Whereas if you take down the shields, it's like Archons kills each one of them in 3 bullets, or 2 bullets. So it's very easy to deal with. You can get this from Iron Banner, and there's one coming up in next week if you're watching this today. Also, other options for solar machine guns, you have the Avalanche from Dawning, if you probably kept one, or Thermal Erosion you can get from Barracks at Europa. Also, just kind of as a for fun thing, I was running Nova Warp. It doesn't really speed anything up, but it's a unique way to play because I was abusing the new Nothing Manacles for double grenades. Handheld Supernova is a very effective way to take down and burst damage champions because they're not very beefy in these 1320s. So I was just kind of having fun with that. Oh, and any void kills with Nova Warp on actually give you like a small devour effect and a little bit of ability energy back. So that's a fun little synergy thing. I said that I was running with the new Nothing Manacles. You get an extra scatter grenade charge and it enables tracking. This second part does not work, which makes me really sad, but the first part definitely does. You get 2 grenades per charge. I don't think I popped I popped a single Warmind cell, I think, in the run, but I was running as usual Fire Team Medic because old dogs do not learn new tricks in this case. um, Global Reach, and to see if I could make them do anything after the nerf, I put on Burning Cells instead of the traditional mod that I would put on in its place, Rage of the Warmind. Rage of the Warmind, if you don't know, is a flat damage buff on the top of Warmind Cell's blast radius, and but they nerfed that heavily too. So they nerfed the blast radius damage and all sorts of things. So I was wanting to see if this made them worth it, and the answer is unfortunately not very. I had the wrong scavenger on, but I would I don't think you really need a scavenger, but if you did, I would run a machine gun one. The secret to immortality for these Lost Sectors, Grandmasters, high end activities, run 5 resilience. So 5 resilience is enough to, at base, with no modifiers on the Grandmaster, survive a sniper body shot with no mods. So I recommend a 5 resilience for a Grandmaster or these because it makes you essentially immortal. It makes you feel immortal anyway, because you'll survive things you totally shouldn't. Yeah, 5 resilience allows you to survive snipers and grandmasters, so it definitely allows you to survive stuff here. I'm also running a sniper resist, so I can take like 5? I think it's like 5 shots without dying. Concussive dampener reduces AOE damage. The boss hurts, and he doesn't hurt me when I run these. Like I was just kind of walking around like it was a normal like strike kind of in the boss room, so that's all right. And then even better, if you have it, Protective Light. Well, it starts with light, you gain significant damage resistance. It's actually when you go red bar, so when you get nearly killed. Hold on, yeah, so right there, when I'm red bar, your health bar gets bigger when you have protective light on. So had I actually had a charge with light charge there, I would have had even more health. So it's like you have essentially twice as much health plus a little bit, I think is the number. I don't remember. I think Error did a video on it. And the way I was charging that constantly was running precision charge, which bow precision rapid kills give you charged with light, which works really well with the incredibly deadly Le Monarque. So the reason Le Monarque is so effective, as I will show you in a second, it one-shots almost every red bar ad. I have no idea how this didn't go off. And it has this cool little smoke effect, alright? So the smoke effect, as you can see, does dot damage across every enemy that happens to be near a target. Now, a little bit further into how Le Monarque works, if the target you kill with the bow, with the arrow, or you hit with the arrow dies, the smoke effect doesn't last and doesn't expand to other ads, and because only the first burst of it will. So like if I'm going to shoot this dreg here, he'll explode and he'll do a little bit of damage, which might kill, but sometimes it won't kill another ad, right? So you keep that in mind. But the Le Monarque makes incredibly short work of overloads, as I will show you when I get to one here in the next room. And of course, the really good at ad clear. Any enemy that's stuck within that will take extreme damage and possibly even die, just flat out. But it only procs the second you pull it. So like it'll proc when you do that, but it will not proc when you like kind of wait for a second. See, it didn't explode that time. Now the way I was dealing with this one captain, you don't have to kill him, of course, but you can. I was using Nova Warp, so you can use one of your grenades and smack him in the face. It's a really easy way to take out a non-matching shield. ARCHON'S Thunder made really good work of this, plus it deals with the solar shields, which is really nice. Just like single taps and you'll down things. Mine had my machine gun has field prep on it, so I crouch for a second and reload faster. Remember, you can abuse your abilities as much as you want, and if you set them up right, depending on what class you're on. That was weird. But if you set your class up right, you can almost perpetually use your handheld supernova, or whatever you're using. I'm using a very off-meta loadout because I felt that I could. Now, if you noticed, anti-barrier bow will insta-stagger, and as long as you don't get killed by the guy, Le Monarque will stagger a second time. And so you can just continuously hit them with that. They will never heal, and they will fall over eventually. Le Monarque seems to trivialize overloads, even in high-level stuff. I did a 1350 Lost Sector last night. That was pretty hard, but once I put on Le Monarque, I just walked over the barriers, and everything around them, as you can see, like that drag, well, I shot him, but if the drag did not get killed by my thing, would have probably ended up burning to death from the smoke effect, so it's just a really good ability. And as I said, just because I don't care. Ooh, be careful about self-damage, though. I almost killed myself there. And then there's this next barrier here. And just use Le Monarque because it's a scout rifle, more or less. Last season I was stressing scout rifles. This season the answer seems to be bows. And similar to Anarchy, I kind of expect Le Monarque to be the go-to weapon for this season. Did you die? Okay. So he should burn out. Yep. See, Le Monarque killed him. And also, there, just like with Anarchy and other weapons, I switched weapons, and the smoke effect actually counted as a Warmind cell proccing thing. So, because I switched to my Ikelos or a 7 Seraph weapon, and so it spawned a Warmind cell. Which that is a good extra bit of knowledge you can know for when you're doing activities like this. Warmind cells have been nerfed, but they're not by any means useless. So just a little extra knowledge if you didn't know that. Oh, and also with Nova Warp, has like a baby devour effect. Kills give you health, so kills with void abilities give you health. So like hit this guy, he would heal me. But it's just an idea. All right, so what I did here, since I don't exactly have the most standard DPS loadout at all, is Monarque actually does a pretty good job at dealing with this guy. It may get a little hectic at first if you're not used to it, but like hit him with grenades and your machine gun. Your machine gun, the point of the machine gun is just to deal with shields. So after you've popped those last shanks I killed a second ago with the machine gun, you are free really to just kind of do whatever with your ammo. And actually, what I did last run, I'll do it here again. I'm gonna wait until I'm healed a little bit, but if I heal, oh, this is the way to heal. So Nova Warp gives you health on kills. I forgot about that. So yeah, I was just using Nova Warp kind of as a replacement. He's gonna kill me. Like a Devour replacement. And so, but now I have done a lot of damage to him, and I'm just gonna focus on killing him, I think. And that's nice too. Sometimes the body shot procs the perk that's only supposed to proc on precisions. So sometimes the area of effect thing will just happen, and it's very inconsistent, but it consistently is good, is what I will say. So there you go, boss is down, or I thought he died. I got a finisher thing, but so now everything in the room but this guy. Yeah, be careful with Nova Warp, you can kill yourself very easily. And there we go, 6 minutes, 50 seconds. It was a little bit slower because I was explaining, but super easy, very simple run. Why is that? What? That's so weird looking. I don't want to ruin it. That's funny. Alright, well, I hope this guide was helpful, and please be sure to like and subscribe, and I hope that you can get these new exotics like Nothing Manacles. They seem to be bugged, for instance. These don't really work, it seems, but as of the time that this video is coming out, the drop for today is chest armor, so good luck with that, and I wish you well in your RNG. Have a nice day.